You told me to hold on.
Yeah, well, I knew that, but I didn't know we weren't not live.
Well, you said hold on, so I didn't hit go live.
Okay, go ahead. I'd be
We're
ready.
live. Now it says we're live.
Oh,
I'm double checking on, yeah, YouTube says we're live. Let's see if Rumble is on board. Rumble's a little delayed. And sorry, folks, I am yes eating because it's been a hell of a day.
well,
All right, we are
I
live all around.
almost said good afternoon, but it's good evening, everybody. Today is Thursday, January 15th. It's 7:01 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We welcome you to Rex Sisters. Please like, follow, comment, share, and subscribe. We appreciate your support. We're glad that you could join us. Uh, we also have our Cash App up if you're so inclined to even give us $1. That would help us.
We do need to check it though, because
Yes, I got to get on that. That's my fault. Uh, start doing that as a daily wake up call thing. But yes, I'm like you, Crazy Bee. I have my second dinner sitting here because the first dinner that I made was just disgusting, in my opinion. It just did not float my
sit
boat at
right.
all. It just didn't float my boat at all. It was short ribs with potatoes and broccoli, and the potatoes never cooked right, and they were those little tiny ones. They
They
were
overcook or undercook?
they were freaking hard as a rock. I ended up having to
Hmm.
put it in the microwave. Eric and the dog enjoyed it thoroughly, and there was a lot left over. He goes, "What do you want to do with it?" And I said, "Throw it away because I'm not going to eat it." He said, "Well, he said I will." So
Take it to work for
yeah,
lunch. Quick.
I
There's a
I
quick
have
way.
lasagna from the other day, and he cooked it so long in the microwave that, well, let's just say shoe leather maybe.
Hey, Blue Rose.
Hey,
We finished
Blue.
off our lasagna for lunch today.
Mm-hmm. So I don't know. I'll probably be having ramen later tonight sometime.
I
The go-
understand that.
yeah, the go-to, always and forever.
Mm-hmm.
So, what's
Yeah.
going on your end of the world?
Um, I helped my son go through his interview today. I kind of just sat to the side and gave motions of what to say or do or elaborate, stuff like that. And it went well. He initially they went through the typical. Are you capable of this? What experience do you have there? And then they're like, so what is the absolute lowest pay you could get by with? And I just gestured 10, hold up 10 fingers. They offered him 13 instead.
Well,
So
that's good.
yep, he's a happy camper. And it's working at a gas station by the freeway. So he gets to cook, clean, handle annoying people, all that stuff. They even asked him, like, what would you do if you had four people come up to you at the same time, all needing help? And he's like, I'd put them in a list, go one at a time. And then it was something about a customer being irate. He's like, I would stay calm.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, listening to my son, it's hard to get him riled up. It's hard to get him like where I mean, someone could scream at him and he's just going to stand there, and that will probably infuriate them even more. But he does not get to that level, so he's good about keeping it from escalating higher.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's good. And when
So
does he
yeah,
start?
it's supposed to be Monday,
Cool. What hours is he working?
6 in the morning till 2 in the afternoon, so he can get a
Oh,
ride in with his dad, and then either hang around or take his scooter and scoot his little butt back home.
well, is 6 o'clock doable for him?
Oh yeah. Mhm.
Okay.
He's just going to have to start getting himself on a schedule. because you got to remember he hasn't had a job, a real actual job in years, because nobody was hiring.
Right.
And so, but the hiring manager sounded as nervous as my son.
And that's funny.
But what was great was though when they were getting to the close, the guy's like, "Okay, well, have a good afternoon, bye." And my son goes, "Bye." Then my son hangs up, and he's like, "Oh, I hope I didn't screw it up. I hung up before he did." I was dying. I love it. I love it.
Well, that's good news.
But he,
That
for like a
helps
good
out.
30 minutes, thought he screwed up and he might have done something wrong by hanging up first.
Uh huh. No, normally that's how it works.
Mm, yeah, but he got through it. He's got
That's
the job. All he's got to do is maintain it now.
right. Yep.
So,
That's great news. That's really
yep.
good news. Yep.
One thing at a time this week. One thing at a
Mm,
time.
right.
And thank
All
you, Blue
right.
Rose. I saw your message. She said, "Congratulations. You have a son." I have a son and a daughter. And I have like 18 nieces and nephews combined across the United States.
Yeah. Hey, Vanilla. Good to see you.
Why was I just waving at my monitor?
Because you wanted us to see it.
Oh my God, I'm so tired. Yeah,
Oh,
I'm waving to you, Vanilla, just in case you didn't know.
yeah. Make sure you saw that. I'm
Make sure you hear me waving.
yeah. I'm exhausted. I fell asleep several times on the couch and sitting up, laying down, sideways laying down, and oh, it's just too.
Oh,
It's too much.
Vanilla. He goes, "Thank goodness, anything but a daughter." And then he goes, next message, "Spoke too soon." Yes, I have a son, a daughter. I've raised multiple kids outside of my own. Before I even had kids, I was taking care of kids. Trust me, I helped raise my brother for 3 years when neither parent wanted to be participating. It seemed like so, but yeah,
Uh,
we're exhausted. We're beat. It's been a hell
yeah.
of a week, and we got one more day to go, don't we?
Oh, be quiet. Don't remind me.
Oh, that's okay because Sunday we got to
Oh,
put the brakes on the
oh
vehicle.
yeah. But and by the way, so for tomorrow night, I it just dawned on me. I said that I would watch him, the baby, keep him overnight. Hold on 1 second. Go see Daddy. Now go. Honest to goodness, I can't stand it. Why do I have to tell the dog to go see his dad to go get outside? Why?
Because you are the one who's mostly home, and you are the boss.
Go see
You are
Dad.
the boss.
Go.
He's like, but
Eric,
Daddy's
help the
not answering.
dog. Oh my God, this you can't.
You know what it reminds me of is when my dad used to say, "Go ask your mom," but my mom,
Yeah,
I'd go all the way to my mom, and she'd say, "Go ask your dad," and I'd be going back and forth. I feel the dog's pain.
yeah. I'm like the dog is going absolutely crazy. Eric is in there sitting, and he won't go in there until I holler for Eric, and then he leaves. Is how did this even happen?
Training.
I didn't train him to do
No,
that.
he caught onto the pattern that if he were to go out there without you hollering, he'd probably have to come back and pester you some more. So he's learned to wait until you holler at your husband to take him out.
Oh my gosh, it drives me absolutely nuts.
Yeah,
But
but he
anyway,
knows that
yeah,
even if he goes out there and starts making a scene, it ain't going to really probably do
do it.
anything. And
Yeah,
it's not saying anything bad. It's just maybe he didn't hear or didn't notice. And
yeah.
the dog just knows that there's kind of pointless or something. And the dog's like, at least I know she can get it done. And she's going to yell at this or that. And,
Always, always gotta
for all we
holler.
know, Eric fell asleep on the love seat or the
Yep,
chair or whatever. And the
yep,
dog's like, I tried waking him up.
yep. It's funny as heck. I've been up since 12:30 when he woke me up to go out. Uh, but
Hmm.
yeah, I made tomorrow night's going to be an interesting evening because I have the baby, and this will
Where'd
be the
my cup
first
go?
time that he's going to sleep overnight. So.
You watch, he'll be an absolute angel for you just because.
I hope so.
Women, am I right?
Everyone said congratulations about your job.
Whole milk is back.
Quit reading our stuff before we go and show it. I have two monitors, and sometimes a mistake.
Uh-oh. I hear
Yeah,
the
the train
choo-choo train.
every night, right on
Mm-hmm.
schedule, never
Mm-hmm.
fails.
Oh.
Actually, it happens like 4 times a day. Kind of annoying, but I just ignore it after so long.
Well, that's so the idiots don't cross the tracks, isn't it?
Oh, yeah, yeah, definitely, because there are a lot of idiots down here.
Oh, yeah. I
Hmm.
worked once in an industrial park that they had the gates would come down and there would be people that would
Go around.
go around them. And then there were people that would get stuck on the tracks and the train would come down and oh yeah, the car was hit. Yeah. There
We
was
haven't
some
had a problem like that in, God, decades in this town. It's been a long time.
hmm
But again, most people just know, don't go. But we do have the few idiots here and there that like to
Yeah,
play around.
exactly. All right, you ready to get started? We still have a lot to cover.
Oh yeah. Now, did the stuff that you sent, the last edition, like what my son was
That's
reading?
for the very, very end.
Oh,
Well,
those are the very very end.
yeah,
Okay.
we can do the Trump thing first if you want
Okay.
to, or we could save it for tomorrow. It's your call.
Actually, I was going to say it's your call because I don't know if my brain's going to function for the night. I'm sorry.
Well,
I make no promises.
let's do the let's add that
Okay.
piece in, and that'll just break up a little bit of what we've been doing, so that it's not so boring or hard or hot and heavy. So
So start with the 60 minutes one that we were supposed to go with yesterday, or start with Trump.
Trump.
Okay. I'm just making sure.
Okay.
Like I said, blame my brain. My brain is at it. It's like, nope, screw you today. So yeah, here, here we
Okay.
go. All right. Um, Play. There. Now I have no clue what this is about.
I do.
I didn't listen to it. Well, I don't
I
know,
did.
so I can't
I
commentate
did.
until the 5 minutes is up.
Okay. I did.
Alrighty.
Today, I'm thrilled to announce my plan to lower healthcare prices for all Americans and truly make healthcare affordable again. We're doing things that nobody's ever been able to do. We're calling it the Great Healthcare Plan. Instead of putting the needs of big corporations and special interests first, our plan finally puts you first and puts more money in your pocket. The government is going to pay the money directly to you. It goes to you, and then you take the money and buy your own health care. Nobody's ever heard of that before, and that's the way it is.
I'm going to pause right here. That is a brilliant idea, except people will not use that money to do that.
Exactly.
There is that massive loophole of if you give the money to the people, they are going to juggle it around to cover all their stuff because they don't know how to budget.
Correct. There'll be some people that will buy the insurance, but there'll be others that, as you said, will take the money and do
Waste it.
other things with it. Right.
And as someone who's worked in medicine, I will tell you, most people won't even pay their copays unless you are dragging them by their hair to do it. So, yeah, there's that.
Well, I'm on the illegal alien insurance plan.
I like that one.
I'm not paying jack shit till those motherfuckers pay.
Give me Trump, I'll buy my drugs. All right, let Trump continue. Like in cases like my situation, of course I'm going to handle it properly. Okay, and again, this isn't the replacing your insurance coverage. This is we're giving you this much money to put towards insurance coverage each month.
Mm-hmm.
your copays are still your copays. You're still going to have to front those.
Well, you need to listen to the rest, and there's more to this
Okay.
than meets the eye because they're gonna probably permit health insurance carriers to go out of state like they used to back in the day.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
if you're on the East Coast and you go find something in, Montana that meets your need, you're going to be able to go and buy that.
Yeah. And at a better rate, probably.
Correct.
And this is going to
Correct.
make it very competitive for doctors,
Yes.
which means doctors are going to start having to take pay cuts more than they already have because of Obamacare's bullshit.
Mhm.
We'll see how it goes. Medications will be getting a lot cheaper if this goes through. So
Right. And again, what's necessary is the damn Republicans need to codify it. And,
yeah, we're gonna
I'm
see
not
how
going to
that
hold my
goes.
breath. I watched yesterday a video with Senator John Kennedy speaking to the Senate regarding the fraud in Minnesota, and
Mm-hmm.
he requested he's not permitted to place a bill on the floor. It has to come from John Thune, the Senate
Representative.
majority, the
Oh,
Senate
okay.
majority leader. It has to come from him.
Oh, that
He
sucks.
he dropped to his knees
I
to
saw
beg
that.
him to put it through.
Yep. But good luck.
What is going on?
Mm-hmm. A lot is going on. And if you guys don't know who John Kennedy is out of Louisiana, watch him. He's freaking epic. All right. Let me hit play and see what else he's got to add to this because I have a feeling, knowing how this is going to work and knowing people, I might have some more criticisms to it.
The big insurance companies lose and the people of our country win. This proposal locks in the massive discounts on prescription drugs that my administration is achieving through our most favored nation drug pricing agreement. Now, when you hear about that, for 40 years they've been
No.
trying to do it, but they never were able to do it. No other president was able to do it. I got every other country to approve it by the use of tariffs and other things. They all approved it. Nobody else got it. No other president got it. And for the most part, they didn't
Yeah,
even
Crazy
try
B, if you
because
want to
they felt it
stop
was
there a
impossible.
second,
Uh huh.
if nobody knows, the drug manufacturer companies sell a drug, and we'll use Tylenol as an example.
Mm-hmm.
It's perhaps made and manufactured here in America, or it's an American product. However, it is sold cheaper to every other country other than US citizens.
That's all medications on the market right now.
So,
America has been being
uh-huh.
charged upwards of 8 times the
Yes,
actual cost of the medication just because we have the money to pay for it.
correct. That's bullcrap.
Uh huh. It is absolute bullcrap. That is why you can get prescription medications from Mexico, Canada, England for a fraction of what we pay here. If we paid $300 for it here in America, it's probably
Hmm.
$100 elsewhere or cheaper.
Yeah, there's a group that I follow that they go to Mexico and they stay, there's a certain safe area, safe zone. They go
Hmm.
to the dentist, they go to the doctors, they go to, any kind of doctor that you possibly could want. Prescriptions, prices are just absolutely, you can't, it doesn't compare.
Uh huh. And it's not right. Just because America's rich doesn't mean you have the right to rip us off.
Hmm.
So, oh yeah, that's been a problem for a long time.
It'll bring down drug prices 80, 90%, in some cases, just numbers that nobody's ever heard of before. Your prescription drugs will come way, way down. And under this policy, the prices of many drugs will be slashed by 300, 400, and even 500% starting this month at the TrumpRx.gov. So instead of Americans paying the highest drug prices in the world, which we have for decades, we will now be paying the lowest cost paid by any other nation. So any other nation that's paying the lowest cost, that's what we're going to pay. And the American people will get the savings. So I have to reiterate, the lowest price in the world is what you're going to pay. Before, you were paying the highest price in the world by far, and the politicians did nothing about it. So I'm asking Congress to complete the work that we've started. Next, my plan would reduce your insurance premiums by stopping government payoffs to big insurance companies and sending that money directly to the people. Obamacare was designed to make insurance companies rich. I call it the Unaffordable Care Act, with billions of dollars in taxpayer subsidies that help their stock prices skyrocket over.
And let's reiterate, those subsidies did exactly jack shit. There
Yeah,
was no special discount savings for
I.
anyone.
That's right. I told you that if you look, in my city, if you look on the Obamacare website, and it says that it's $600 for family coverage for Obamacare, and you go directly to the insurance carrier, it's going to
It's the
say
same thing.
$600.
Uh-huh.
The only way you get a subsidy is if you meet the lower income threshold.
And
It
they're
does
only
it
paying the difference, and you still have to pay a portion of it.
correct.
Hmm. Yeah, it sucks. It really sucks. And that's why my kids and my ex-husband don't have insurance right now, because we can't afford it. It's why I've been tending to my son's burnt hand for 2 days, because, yeah, we can't afford it. We can't afford to take him in to get full medical care. Luckily, I know how to do wound care,
Hmm.
and luckily, it we got it, and it didn't no major blistering or scarring is what it looks like. He'll have some skin discoloration, but you know, it's not right in the first place. I should have been able to take him in to get that cared for, and then his insurance would have covered the supplies. We are having to pay for gauze, the ointments, all of that out of pocket.
Well, I hit the donut hole. You don't want to know how much money I spend in out of pocket
Oh, I know.
for my.
I've seen what people have to go
Uh-huh.
through. It's not fun.
I hit the donut hole, and then it's crazy. I'm
Yep. And
usually
then
I
there's
use.
so many people who fall right in the middle. They're too rich to get state assistance, but they're too poor to cover what they need.
Mm-hmm. And so at my drugstore, I have it in my profile that if anything costs more than $50, they have to call me and I decide whether I want it or not.
Hmm.
Because I can't afford that with everything. I mean, I pay.
Well, with this Trump RX program coming out, it may make your life a lot cheaper.
Right, and that would be cool.
So, I mean, Good RX already does that, but it sounds like he's taking it to a whole new level.
Yeah,
We'll
well,
see.
yeah, GoodRx can be helpful sometimes, but not usually.
I've
Uh,
I know quite a few people who, because they again aren't on a lot of medications, so
right.
but people who are on 20, 30 meds or more a month, like, yeah, it's expensive no matter
Hmm.
what. And I know, in some states there's a store called Myers. Most states have them. They had a free antibiotic program for people. Um, Antibiotics were free when I lived in Michigan. Or I think, most medications were like less than $30 a month. Most of your typical blood pressure, cholesterol medicine, stuff like that. They had a program through the store for people that made it much more affordable. So, yeah, we need more of that around.
Exactly.
but it's not fair that you're going to get stuck with it. And there are medications that people absolutely have to survive, but it's
And
costing thousands of dollars a month.
right. And you
How
end up
is that
robbing
fair?
Peter. Yeah, and you end up robbing Peter to pay Paul on the,
And then you
what.
beat Paul over the head to pay John.
Yep, exactly.
It's not right. And again, I've always said the corporations got out of hand, and Obama certainly made it worse. And that bullshit of moving it to all digital records. Oh my god. Oh, I prefer paper charts. That's all I got to say.
Right.
So much easier to fix. Okay, let's continue listening. I know we're on a time frame here.
1,700% as you paid more money for healthcare every single year, more and more. The premiums went higher and higher. I want to end this flagrant scam and put extra money straight into the healthcare savings account in your name, and you go out and buy your own healthcare, and you'll make a great deal. You get better healthcare for less money. That
Not necessarily. You're just cutting out the middleman. The Obamacare website that was the middleman between you and the actual insurance. I don't think it's actually going to make a difference.
I don't know. We'll have to wait and see.
Because to me, it just sounds like they're cutting out the middleman of the marketplace thing.
Yeah, but they had uh, each state had their own. Yeah.
Provider. Well, their own
User.
insurance providers. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, no. They each state with the Obamacare had a. Yeah. Use your words, D. Come on, you could do it. Go into Elmo mode. Yeah. What's it called? Okay. So in Pennsylvania, it's called Penny. PENNIE. And that's where you go to log on to see the different
Well, yeah,
insurances.
yeah. You
So
know,
they're like brokers.
it's
They're like
basically
they're
across
like
the nation. It's
brokers.
Obama. Yeah, but
Yeah.
each website is unique for this. Each state has a unique
Correct.
website, but it
Correct.
takes you to the same ding program of Obama funded
Right. Right.
BS
And
for your state.
but they have representatives that you can talk to, and so they act such as a broker almost at times. You know, they can talk to you about various plans, and so I don't know if they're going to be the middle people that he's going to get rid of. I don't know.
Oh, why would you have to talk to someone from there when you could just talk straight to the insurance agency?
Correct. That was always my point.
And
That's
this
what.
is again where I think this boils down to they're just cutting out the middleman.
Right.
And I don't like the idea of putting the money in the citizens' hands because we already see what it's like. In the really bad neighborhoods, it either goes to drugs, hair, nails, makeup, expensive clothes they really can't afford because people
Well,
don't know how to budget.
hopefully they put in some type of guardrails as far as making sure that the money you receive is actually being spent on healthcare. The other thing
Mhm.
is, how many people does this affect? Is this every single person that we're talking
I,
about?
or is this just okay? That's my thoughts too. Like people on Medicaid, um, what's that going to do? People on Social Security, people on disability. Is this your everyday working person through a job? Like I want to know more details. And
Right.
I don't like I said, I haven't listened to this. I don't know if he gets into that, but it is something that absolutely is alarming. That you would just here's a check, go pay for your insurance.
Hmm.
Uh huh? What?
Right.
That's not gonna go well.
Exactly.
We see what the welfare checks do. We've seen the people on
Yep.
disability who
Right.
are
We've seen
scamming
the
the
fraud.
system.
Yep. We've seen all the fraud.
I'm a little bit concerned about it.
way you can choose the care that is right for your family. To further reduce insurance premiums, my plan ends the giant kickbacks to insurance brokers and corporate middlemen that only drive up the costs, and that's what they're intended to do, drive up the costs. But we're driving down the costs. And it fully funds a long neglected part of the law known as the Cost Sharing Reduction Program. This measure alone should cut premiums on the most popular Obamacare plans. It's hard to believe there are any because it's a hated program. It's unaffordable, but it's going to cut them by an average of 10 to 15%. Next, the Great Healthcare Plan. That's the name. It's called the Great Healthcare because it's great healthcare at a lower price. Mandates unprecedented accountability and transparency from insurance companies and all healthcare providers so that special interests can no longer profiteer at your expense. As the saying goes, sunlight is the best disinfectant. That is why my plan orders all insurance companies to publish rate and coverage comparisons in very plain English. It requires insurers to publish detailed information about how much of your money they're going to be paying out in claims versus how much they're taking in profits. In other words, you will.
This is going to hurt the capitalist agenda that America was founded on, because capitalism is based on supply and demand.
Well, there's
And if
still.
you're now, and again, I don't like insurance companies that scam people and rip people off the way they have been, but it's going to either lead to a monopoly on insurance, or the
Well,
insurance companies are going to close down and you're going to be screwed.
yeah, but and both can are possibly true. I mean, they're all the insurance companies already are monopolies.
Uh huh.
You know, the majority of our drugs are made in China or elsewhere.
India is another big spot for it.
Exactly.
But what the thing is again, I love the transparency idea, but these, again, capitalism, you run a good business, you get money for it. You pay for that quality product that you want. You're going to find a way to pay for it if you really want it or you really need it. And so this again could harm it and kind of leans towards the government run medical programs that we see in other countries
Mm-hmm.
that don't really work out. But I really want to know how he thinks this is going to plan out, how this is going to play out, because it, knowing that it is a actual money making industry, they are there to make money and provide a service. So anything that provides a service, you have to pay for somehow. And by limiting how much they can make, that's like going to Walmart and telling Walmart you can't make this much money and you have to show everyone how much you're spending on what. Walmart would shut down and go to a different country.
Well, what other industries does that happen in?
Actually, none. Unless you're talking NGOs, they're supposed to show their stuff. But we don't go to the grocery stores. We don't go to the libraries. We don't go and make them do all that. And again, library is kind of off the record, doesn't even count. I just popped into my head because it's a community service that's paid for by the community. But I'm saying, like, your gas stations, you don't get to tell them this and limit and tell them they have to reduce the cost of gas. Or, no, gas can stay, but you got to reduce the price of bottled water. He's basically telling them they have to reduce part of their sales price,
Mm-hmm.
when every other industry gets to be left alone to thrive on its own. I
No,
know it's a
I,
frustrating thing.
I'm not so sure about. I'm too tired to make any comments right now, so I will research what is going on in my head.
I
How's
want
that?
to. That's fine. I'm just kind of throwing out things that are things that should be asked before we all jump on a bandwagon. These are things people should be thinking about. Okay, he wants to
But
limit
it's
medical costs,
okay, but it's no
but
different.
how?
How Obamacare was the same way.
I didn't like Obamacare.
I know, but I'm just saying Obamacare was the exact same thing that you're talking about.
It's
All the prices were set. There was
it's
no
not right.
yeah, there was no competition. Everything
And
was
that's
all
why everyone got to charge so much.
right.
Is because there's no competition. But by saying we're cutting them 10 to 15%, these people got to drop their prices. That actually can, if you are forcing the entire industry, it might be okay. Maybe we can pull through it. But honestly, open market is the only way anyone thrives. It drives down prices is by opening the market and not hindering it.
Right. And we covered that. And
And it sounds like
unfortunately,
he's trying to kneecap them.
well, let's continue to hear what he has to say. And yes, vanilla wigs can be considered covered
Healthcare
by health care depending on your policy.
for alopecia and or cancers.
Correct.
I saw that. I forgot to answer it. Thank you for noticing it again. All right, let's let him finish off because this is one of those things that, there's a lot more to it than just saying you can do this. There's a lot more to it.
Will be able to watch the scam. It forces them to release detailed data on how many claims are being denied and whether those denials are eventually overturned on appeal. And most importantly, it will require any hospital or insurer who accepts Medicare or Medicaid to prominently post all prices at their place of business so that you are never
Oh, guess who's going to
surprised and
stop
you
taking
can
Medicare and
easily shop
Medicaid?
for a better deal or better care. And you're going to end up doing both. You're going to get a better deal and better care. We will have maximum price transparency and costs will come down incredibly. I'm calling on Congress to pass this framework into law without delay. Have to do it right now so that we can get immediate relief to the American people, the people I love. Thank you very much.
Okay. Yeah. Again, I as soon as he starts putting restrictions on these places, oh, if you take Medicaid, Medicare, you've got to do this. Guess what they're going to do? Stop taking Medicaid and Medicare.
Well, a lot of places have already done that.
I know the insurance I'm on. I lost my primary care provider because I
Mm.
didn't want to fight with changing insurances. Most of my doctors are out of that group. So, oh, are you back or is it no? D? Oh, she'll be back. So, yeah, I can. This is a double edged sword. Now, as in some insurance companies drop off, others will step up and come in. But watch if providers stop taking Medicaid and Medicare over this. I hate to say it because that's what happens when they started putting taxes in certain on imports and exports. People stopped exporting and importing. Can you hear me, D?
Yeah, I can hear you.
I worry because I it's already hard enough to find a doctor who's going to take Medicaid and Medicare in most places, especially out in the country, because Medicaid and Medicare don't pay for shit.
Well, that just goes to prove to you how cheap it is what the real cost of insurance is, right?
Well, no, this I'm talking what the Medicaid and Medicare will pay a doctor for treating you
Right. But what
versus
I'm
what the
sick
private insurance will
right,
charge for this.
right.
Yeah.
But what I'm suggesting is that they'll pay at that higher rate. They won't pay at the lower rate, and that lower rate is where the mark should be, or
Well,
somewhere
the
in between.
problem is with that lower rate is the clinics lose money, which means they can't pay to have the lights on. They can't pay the water
Right,
bill. They can't pay the phone bill.
right.
So they end up having to close down because they don't make enough money to stay open.
Well, then we have cases of so Eric had to have an MRI. You want to
Hmm.
know how much the MRI cost?
Oh, I would probably say about 10, 15,000.
Yeah. almost $11,000.
Uh-huh. Because
For
of the
what?
electricity to run the machine, the skilled people to run it, the
Uh,
doctors to interpret it. All of those people have to get paid. The receptionist who takes you in and does the paperwork, they all got to get paid for it.
wow.
It adds up. It's not right. But if people are going to be working in that field, they got to have a way to make a living so they can take care of their families.
Well, I think it's a little bit on the absurd side.
Well, and I'm sure they're still probably paying the machine off. Do
Yeah,
you know how much those
well,
machines cost? Holy shit. Yeah, those are
but
probably monthly installments.
how do they expect the average person now? Insurance paid a large portion of it, but he still has to pay. I, t- I
Uh-huh.
told you I was paying $700 a month for a plan for him that was just so so. It used to be okay, but then they ratcheted it down to being just so so. His
Uh-huh.
office visits to see the doctor were still $65.
That's just to sit in and talk to the doctor.
Correct.
If the
Yep.
doctor has to write scripts, do blood work,
Yep.
all that other stuff, that adds to
Adds
it.
up. Exactly.
Those test tubes ain't cheap.
So, you know, that $700 a month premium, plus then you add on, uh, he has to go in for certain testing every month
Uh-huh.
at $65 to walk into the office. And
And
by
then
the
the cost
time,
of the
oh, yep, by
testing.
the
Yep.
time is, yep, by the time the blood work's done, the urine's done, and all that, there's probably another $120 added. So you're looking at $900 a month just in the healthcare cost. And that isn't even the medication that's needed.
Uh-huh. And I'm not saying that it's right, but the doctors have to be making enough money to pay the staff and all the supplies. It needs to be a fair balance where they're not breaking even. People can still live off of it, but you guys also, the patients, aren't getting burned out either.
Well, the biggest driver of the cost of healthcare, is the illegal aliens that are in this country that use the emergency room as a PCP, and that is fact. We've gone
Hmm.
over this before. We've talked about this before.
That is part of it. It's not the only aspect. And
The
again, when you look at the government says, I'm going to pay this insurance company to cover these people, and we're going to mandate everyone has to have insurance. That means the insurance companies can get away with at ridiculous base pay to start
correct,
with,
correct.
which then the patients, are not able to pay their doctors the fair wages that a lot of providers do offer. I mean, it's again, when you're paying more for your insurance than the actual cost of the doctor's visit, something's not right.
That's what I'm saying.
You see a doctor once a month, once every 3 months, but yet you're paying 700 a month.
Right.
That seems off. That
Correct.
is not all right. And that is what sucks about being in the middle class range of the United
Correct.
States.
Correct. And that
We
is
fall in that hole.
that's one of the biggest issues of small businesses that small businesses face, is
Uh-huh.
these insurance costs. Back
And
in
but also the employees in places like the insurance for my ex-husband is insane what they
right.
want him to pay each month. We would have nothing to live on. That's why
Well,
if the kids or him are going to get insurance, they've all got to be working.
well,
That's the only way we're going to be able to afford it.
they use actuaries to look at each organization, and you're categorized into certain groups. So when I worked in healthcare, uh, it was predominantly a women worked there. They were masters prepared or above, and so they knew a lot. They knew a
Hmm.
lot about things, cancer, various other problems, okay? Every year that I was there for 10 years, we got hit with 25% increases every single year. And do you want to know what one of the reasons was? Was
What was it?
because we were educated, we
Uh-huh.
would use the plan. We would go see doctors. We would go to the best of the best. We would, get a second opinion. We would take our spouses to a doctor. So they didn't like the fact that we were using the plan, and so we got charged more for the plan.
Well, and what also doesn't help, because again, what you're describing is supply and demand. The supply is wanted, the demand is there, so they can push the price up. Like a car. You want a car, you desperately need a car, you're going to pay what you got to pay. You don't really go in too often to a used car lot and start negotiating too
Well,
much.
when
They
when
have
you
the upper
have
hand.
when you have insurance companies that have eaten up, there's only so many major companies now. They are huge
Uh-huh.
monopolies. That's one of the other problems is they are monopolies. And so they are drivers of how high these prices are.
Yeah, because it's man, we need health insurance. Our nation has been sick and living unhealthy for generations. And so, yes, doctors and nurses are in high demand. Well, if we want those people to take care of us, they're going to charge us.
Well,
We,
hey,
it sucks.
we already have the answer to that. We're bringing in foreign doctors that aren't required to get American licensing.
We already have a problem with undereducated nurses. I don't care if they have an RN paper signed from a
Uh,
university.
there's
Most of them are
just
not as smart as they used to be.
there's just a new scam that has been out. Over 475 nurses received credentialing that they were not entitled to.
Yeah. And then you look at, so now that we have dumber nurses working, they don't know what they're doing. There was a girl who, it was a friend of mine was telling me, did not know how to do a manual flow rate on an IV when the machine pump needed, the battery went out. Turn the wheel, count the drops. Okay. So dumber nurses taking over, and they're so dumb they need CNAs to do half their work for them.
Right.
It's like, really? I was
Hmm.
a medical assistant, but I have the knowledge to have been much further because I actually picked the brains of the doctors I worked with, and I loved learning. The problem remains that these people learned how to memorize answers and put them on paper. They don't understand the answers.
Right. Right.
And so, if it does not fall into that black or white category, they freeze. They don't know what to do. And it's like, and we're paying out the nose for them
Hmm.
to take care of us.
Hmm.
And it's not right. But I understand people need to make a living wage. So this is where, yeah, you wanted to be a nurse. That's great. You're not smart enough to be a nurse. Go flip burgers until you're smart enough to be a nurse. I mean, like, I know I sound brutal and I know I sound like a bitch, but that's exactly how I was raised. If you are not capable of doing something, no matter how badly you want to do it, you don't do it. You go do what you're good at, even if you don't like what you're good at. Like, I like working on cars. There's no way in hell I could have been a mechanic. So I went to do medical assisting so I could take care of my kids and do what I had to do at home. I picked a career that was not my first choice, but was going to get me through.
Yeah, that's
Even
what.
though
Yeah.
my passion for cars superseded all of it, I still picked what was smart, I was talented enough at to get through and be good enough to do and not cause any problems. To me, that's common sense.
Yeah.
You don't get to follow your dreams all the time. Sometimes you got to make do, and your dream is a hobby on the side. I like working on cars. I could do that on the side. It was not going to be my income winner, like the breadwinning thing. So if you're not good at it, don't fucking do it. Sorry. My tangent went a little off over there. Sorry.
You're
I'm just,
okay.
I'm sick of people pushing for these high paying careers and they absolutely do not deserve it. They are not intelligent enough to do it. They don't have the skills to do it. They have a bunch of pieces of paper saying they passed this class because, you know, paper and books.
Right. Um, I have to bring something up that I completely forgot about. And I
Okay.
don't know if I discussed it with you or not. So,
Probably. Neither one of us remembers.
uh, but I just have the paper sitting here. I just glanced at it and I have to fill it out. So, I have a bit of a dilemma.
Okay.
And I received a juror summons.
I got one too.
Okay. And I technically have the, you know, have enough medical issues that I could be
It,
dismissed.
yep, exempt. Yep.
However, I'm rethinking this, and I'd like people to perhaps put it in the chat or comment uh, and let me know what they think of this other idea that I have. Since I am in a highly majority Democrat city, there will be more Democrats in the room and probably Democrat judges that I would potentially be on a case with. What if, instead of saying I was, for medical reasons could not attend, I forced myself to go to jury duty, dragged myself wearing a Trump t shirt with him giving the middle finger,
You would be instantly exempt just by existence. And the fact that
and
you now acknowledge this on the internet and they could find it, they could still hold that against you too and say, nope, we don't want her.
or I think I could have some fun with it.
I live in a very bright red area, so I would fit in just fine.
I
I
mean,
can't do
what
anything
do you
like that.
think? Like, should I go for the medical dismissal or should I go and say, hey, yeah, let's give it a shot? Okay, I won't wear the Trump shirt, but how about I'll wear a red shirt?
I don't think they will even catch on at that point. I'd wear the Trump shirt or the have a Trump bag, like a little, the cloth totes,
Yeah, right, right. Trump socks or something, right?
something they can see.
Right.
Hmm. Uh-huh.
And then perhaps, get on a case and pretend it was like 12 Angry Men, right?
I guarantee they're not going to accept you now.
Right?
You put your plan out. I don't know. It's up to you. I had to go with medical exemption because I know I can't sit
Well,
in a
that's
booth
that.
like
Yeah, that.
that.
Yeah, because I'd be like, Your Honor, excuse me. It's time for my meds. Your Honor, excuse me.
And they're going to look at
I,
you like, huh?
I need food, and I have some other things up my sleeve that I'd be
No, or your
raising.
blood pressure randomly drops and you're like out cold in the
Yeah.
chair and they're like, "What?" You'd be removed
Yep.
first time. They'd swap you out.
I think I could. I think I could have some fun with it. I really do.
I think you could as well.
Uh huh.
And that's what's entertaining. But the fact is this is someone's life pretty much on the line, whether they're going to jail or not.
Well,
So
hey, the thing is remember I have all this police experience, this legal background. You know what I mean? I might be, you know,
Ask
take
them
off
if they
if
can bring a bed in.
wait.
Ask them if they can bring a bed to recline on.
Well, yeah, I need a hospital bed. Plus, at 9 a.m. I need to take my 40 medications, including all the narcotics that,
Oh yeah, yeah, that'll be great. Taking
right?
narcotics at a courthouse.
Right.
The dogs at the entrance are going to be like, "Ooh, can I have some?"
I'll be arrested and shit. Uh,
Oh God.
but I
Oh
did.
shit.
I think it would be. I think I could have a lot of fun.
I think it would be fun.
Yeah, jerk some people off. They'd be, pretty shook. Yeah,
Oh,
12 Angry Men. Mm-hmm.
oh my God, that was a good movie.
It was, yes, it was. If you haven't seen it, it's an excellent one with Henry Fonda in the original, and
Wasn't it Jack Lemmon and um, Jack
George
Nicholson was young in that one too, if I remember
George C.
correctly.
Scott. That was the remake in 1997.
Okay,
Yeah, the original's in black and white.
I've seen the original. I just couldn't
Yeah,
remember the actors that were in it.
yeah,
But yeah, it's like One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. Another
yes,
good movie.
yeah. So if you haven't seen it, check it out. It it's an interesting movie. All right, well, it's 8 o'clock almost. I think we should probably get started.
Yeah. Again. So first up, we have the 60 Minutes report. Um, and this is what we're going to try to cover in the next hour. Probably won't get through all of it, but we're going to work on it.
And again,
So,
this is our China threat. While
yes.
people are looking at all the other pretty little things like the Somalians and the Muslims, what other shiny ball is
Oh,
out
and the
there?
crazy lady with the last name Good who tried to run over ice. Her speaking. Just, I want to throw this in really quick because it was sent to me. There was a comment by her ex father-in-law saying
Mm-hmm.
that if she was walking with God, she would be alive now, but she
Right,
wasn't walking with God, and she, she wouldn't have been there if
right,
she was doing what was right. So,
right.
yeah, it's bad when the family says something like that.
Mm-hmm. Well, he is an ex, so, you
Oh,
gotta get, yeah.
my ex-in-laws loved me more than my own parents did.
Mm-hmm.
So there's that. But yeah, so with all the things that they're pointing us at, we're like the cats with the laser pen trying to
Right,
chase it down instead of staying focused on something. So
right.
there's that.
All right.
All right. So first up, we have this. But this was under Biden, wasn't it?
Correct. Yeah, it's sickening.
This was under the Biden administration that Border Patrol was told to stand down. Just a reminder, they were told to stand down. Not okay.
I mean,
This man, a college
not to even be able to put the razor fencing back up just
Hmm.
is unconscionable.
Wild.
Yep.
It is insane. And we don't know who any of these people are, what their background is, if they're here for good reasons, nefarious reasons, running because the leaders over there are after them. We don't know any of this. And they just strolled in. I bet half these people disappeared and no one knows where they are because of a change of identity.
Yeah, we saw that they took the passports when they got here and ripped them in half
Mm-hmm.
and changed names and identity, and
Good
we
luck.
don't know really who is who.
Yep. $400 for every single person since the beginning of this video that they showed, all those different
Mm-hmm.
groups.
Yep.
That is a shit ton of money.
That's just to drive them
One
that
hour.
distance. Yeah, that we're
Yep.
not talking about how much money they paid a coyote. What
To get
was that?
further. Yep.
I think I think the stats went from 40 to 60,000,
Mm-hmm.
something like that. Uh, that they
I,
paid to get them from China all the way over into Central uh,
Central America.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Central America. Yeah. And
And
this here is
supply and
just,
demand.
yeah, this here is the $400 just to get in the car to get you to this gap.
It's wild. And the people
And who the
carrying the
hell
newborns.
who the hell even figures out that's the place to be?
Well, I, as a pain in the ass teenager, was always exploiting loopholes, and my kids exploit loopholes. My brother exploits loopholes. I'm good at finding loopholes. I would be able to find it by walking the fence or driving nearby the border. GPS, satellite imaging.
Oh, well, we saw
I
that.
could
Yeah.
absolutely find a way to secluded area that nobody else is going to be at, no one's going to be near, with enough time, patterns. I could absolutely pull it off in probably about 6 months. I could have an absolute path that would not get anyone caught.
Mm-hmm.
I'd be good at it, but I'm not going to do it. I'm going to lay that out there. I'm not going to do this, but I could, because I'm really good at noticing patterns and loopholes and shit like that. So people are capable of it, and the ones with lesser morals make a shit ton of money off of it.
Mm-hmm.
It's not right. That's just the ones they caught.
Correct. That's not the gotaways.
God knows how many of those that were.
Well, we saw those numbers in the previous
I,
slides.
well, we saw estimates, not
Right.
exacts, but I mean, if you think about, we're estimating how many gotaways. What is the
Well, they're
real
pretty
number?
good at that. I think the estimates are pretty,
You think they're
probably,
close?
I think they're close. They, Border Patrol, and they know what they're looking at. I mean, they have, if you recall, up in the northern border, that was totally, they had, unsecured, right?
Uh huh.
They had infrared, uh, where you could actually see the individual crawling on the ground underneath a tree.
Hmm.
So you can't tell me they don't have satellite imaging, they don't have, other types of technology that they can't hone in on who's going where or crossing where, or ships that are landing on some type of shore. I think they're pretty spot on with estimates. I mean, and if you want to argue estimates, I'll tell you take 25% off. All right. And then we'll go with that number.
I still think it's too many, no matter what.
Mm hmm.
No matter what, it's too many people have gone across that border and got away with it. And yes, some of them may be good people. And I've always said, I understand migrant workers. I've worked with them, I've worked alongside them. I get why they want a better life, but you have to do it legally. You absolutely cannot just
And just because you
free
want a
run.
better life does not mean that the United States has to give it to you.
Well, back in the 90s, these people busted their ass to legally, the legal migrant workers busted their ass for the entire season that they were working. And then they went back to Mexico or wherever they came from until the next season. And so they were hard workers. They paid into the system like they were supposed to, because they had done all the paperwork, filed everything right. So I have no problem with people who are trying to get through. I have a problem with the illegals coming over and not pitching into the system at all and just mooching off of the system and not benefiting. They're bringing crime, drugs, all kinds of shit that don't need to
Right.
be
And I
here.
don't disagree with that, Crazy B. We've talked about that. I don't disagree. But what I'm presenting here is the issue of, is it the United States' responsibility to make every country whole, or to make their citizens whole?
Well, we're not doing it to, they are doing something in return. It's not like we're just giving them a paycheck and saying go ahead, go send it home. They've actually got to
The
work for
major
it, the
yeah,
migrant
but
workers.
the stats show that the majority are sending the money home. The
Hmm.
majority are working illegally.
Well, now I'm talking back in the 90s. That's I'm basing off of the older way, not these people right now that are ripping off the system.
I'd have to go back and pull the records to see what that looked like.
Because back then it was they were hardworking, they were sending money home, but they were also busting their asses here. They earned that money and they got to spend it how they saw fit. I don't like what the Somalians are doing by scamming the system, making a shit ton of money off of scamming it, and then sending plane loads basically of money, suitcases after suitcase after suitcase over there. That's not how it was in the 90s when it came to migrant workers. Back in the
Mm-hmm.
90s, they earned their keep. They earned their season. And again, they went home at the end of the season. They didn't stay in America after that. They followed the rules. Quite a few. I'm not saying all of them back then, but there was a hell of a lot more that followed the rules back then than what we see now. And it's because of all the policy changes over the years that has made it easier for them to get away with it.
Mm-hmm.
And so I would like to see something like the policies from way back when, where it was not so easy to do the loophole bullshit and scam the systems. I don't like the way it's open right now. Say that again. I
I
didn't
said,
pause
yeah,
in
she
time.
wants freedom, but leave your kids there. Okay. Uh-huh.
Well, again, if she had migrated legally, she'd have to either find a job quickly, have a job lined up in advance. We talked about how the men used to be the ones who would leave in advance and then send for the wife and kids. Don't know the story of her husband, but still come through
But
the
is
borders legally.
yeah, but they're coming over illegally. She's not going to get her kids back into the United States at
No,
all.
not anytime soon. No,
Exactly.
unless she pays for a smuggler to smuggle her kids.
Right.
Hmm.
So,
It's going to cost her
like
more in
she
the long
gives a
run.
good shit about the two of them. Okay. Mm-hmm.
It's again, it's not the same as what it used to be. This is completely different than what it used to be. And again, migration. There are so many ports of entry. Yes, it's a long process because we want to make sure they're not going to cause problems here. Is that really so hard? Is that really so bad? Like how
And for all of the liberals that are out there that are, saying that we're wrong,
take a few in, let them live with
exactly.
you.
Open your door.
Oh
Open your
wait, there
door.
were people who did that, but then they got killed by the people who they let in.
Oh,
Remember that MS-13 guy? Was it
yeah.
Georgia or Florida that killed the people he
Yeah.
was staying with because they gave him a place to stay?
Mm-hmm.
He was on drugs or something. He ended up killing them. There's
Yeah,
that.
go ahead. Yeah, when you take somebody in and you support them, then you have a right to talk. But
They don't want that.
yeah, until then you don't.
Yeah,
Cuz all
you
you're
take a
doing
bunch of
is
these people until they get on their feet.
yeah, all you're doing is squawking then.
Oh, and you're legally responsible for any crimes they commit in the United States as well.
Right, right. Speaking of which, I want to bring something up. I was going to look at the statistics, and I haven't had a chance to, but I'm going to. Um, Blue Rose's sister was involved in a car accident yesterday.
Oh,
She
I hope
was
she's
hit.
okay.
She is okay. She was
Thank
hit
God.
by an illegal alien uh, on her driver's door. She was hit so hard that the airbags went off and she had to
And I
be
bet he ran
transported.
or she ran from the scene and they're on the look
Well,
out.
he was stayed there and he tried to say, talk to my dad, we will work it out, and her
No.
sister said no. And but no insurance.
Yep. No license.
No, and
I
and
bet they were
again,
on some drugs or alcohol. A lot of,
and
more than likely, alcohol.
right, and just like uh the healthcare issue, car insurance, with all of the damage that illegals are doing, those costs are then placed onto legitimate drivers. They are not going to lose money. The insurance company will not lose money.
Hmm.
So, in this case, this accident that was had, they're going to pay out her sister's car, and that cost is going to be placed on whoever is in her uh, car insurance carrier.
Hmm. It's not right. And I'm
And
glad
there
that she's okay and it was only a sprained neck and
and
nothing
there
worse.
and there's no repercussion for him.
No. Oh, well, no, hold on. There is a judge I watch out of Texas who will absolutely throw their asses in jail. I've been watching him in the last few months. He's out of Houston, but I've seen him in one setting where he was doing the probable causes for the cases. There were at least 10 illegal immigrants. All of them were drinking alcohol while driving, and all hell broke loose. No, there are judges out there who are very strict. And this is a more liberal leaning judge, but he will not play games with it. If
Well,
it breaks the law, you're going to jail.
the other problem is, yeah, you could have that, and they could get their final deportation order and still not leave the country. There are thousands that are in the country that have final deportation orders.
And that's where ICE is going and picking
Yeah,
them up. But Texas
exactly. Like
works with ICE, and if they are in jail, they will work with ICE about getting them out of the country.
no, they won't. It depends. If it's a sanctuary city, they're not working with ICE to get
Most
them
of
out of the
Texas is in
country.
a sanctuary city.
Yeah, I mean,
Some parts are, but most are
yeah,
not.
there are parts that are blue.
Oh, I know. I know. Houston is a really blue area for Texas, but it's still. I mean, there are people who will follow the laws, and again, if they go into one jail, but then they get transferred to a jail that does cooperate, ICE is coming in. But no, it does suck that we have these liberal idiots that don't want justice. And again, I
And
get where the bleeding heart comes from, but I'm also stern enough in my life and I resolved enough and with enough logic to say, too bad, too sad, not my problem. Oh, you still there, D?
yeah, I'm here. Go
Oh,
ahead.
it went way too quiet for. Uh oh. Thank you,
What?
Blue Rose just sent me something. Um, Either we got a strike or something because the stream is down on YouTube.
Uh oh.
Uh oh is right.
Are we still up on Rumble?
I'm looking. It says we're still live on YouTube. Let me double check Rumble. Rumble says we're live. Let me click the links and see the video. Hold on. I am so sorry, folks. Be patient. If you can hear me, I apologize. I don't know what's going on. Let me see if I can figure this out. Um. Stream is suspended for policy
Hmm.
Let me see if Rumble's still good. Um. Whoops. What did we do that was suspending us?
Good question.
Okay, we're still live on Rumble. What did we do to get suspended on YouTube?
It doesn't say.
No.
Wait, did your channel get deleted?
No, just suspended.
What does that mean?
I don't know. I'm looking. Um, well,
We're going content detection. Nope. So what does this mean?
I don't know. Evidently, I said something bad.
So
Let me go to the live. Okay, you know what? Let me go to the studio, the YouTube studio, and see what it says. Your stream has been temporarily blocked because we detected a video belonging to someone else. Okay, I will have to fight that. Um, wow. We've been talking about this video, breaking it up every few minutes. Really?
Which video do you think it is?
The one we're covering.
The 60 minutes. And we're live, people. In early January of 2026, Rex Sisters is causing havoc. Somebody doesn't like something we said.
Yeah, it's because we're using 60 minutes. 60 minutes has probably put something on it, but we're using it for educational purposes,
Right?
which is a problem. So, I put out a notice for them to jump over to Rumble if they can. I am not shutting down the stream link to YouTube. Um, I refuse to do that. They can just bite me. Hey, Cannabis, glad to see you. So,
Hey,
YouTube is very mad at us.
yeah, hi, Cannabis. Well, we should be impressed. First one of the year.
Well, it's
I,
not bad.
I don't think we've ever gotten suspended in the middle of something.
I know. I'm letting Blue Rose know what's going on.
I'm sure she
Okay.
can hear you.
Well, on YouTube, no, it's a black screen on YouTube. She sent
I,
it to me. It says stream unavailable, stream suspended for policy violation. So they can't see or hear over there.
I know, but she can hear you right now if she's on Rumble.
Oh, if she's on Rumble, yeah, but I don't know if she's on Rumble, which is why I messaged her in Discord.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I didn't see her switch over to Rumble. So, yeah. Um, yeah, so let me put out a message on our Discord server to hold on. Okay, I just sent it out on Discord. You should be getting a ping. What a day! What a way to come back to the new year.
Mm-hmm.
What a way to come back. Wow.
I think
Um,
it's pretty wild.
yeah, well, I mean, let me forward you what she sent me from YouTube. I don't know if she sent it to you as well.
Okay.
This is the screenshot.
All right, thanks.
YouTube is acting brand new. Yes, it is. Okay, we got Blue back over on Rumble. I sent out a message for everyone on Discord. I can only hope people move over to Rumble for right now. The stream is what is suspended, not our channel, just the stream. And I bet as soon as we get past the 60 minutes video, it'll be back up.
Mm-hmm.
I can almost promise it. So, um, sorry about the hiccup. It is what it is. So let's get back on track and Hit play.
Let's
Go
see
into
if.
more detail.
Right.
Like, can someone give me an exact barrier that prevents someone from going to a port of entry? Is it their criminal history?
And
Is it their
why is
political
it that,
stance?
yeah, and what is it that she performs at the
Oh, she's
border?
probably just translates and helps hand things out and get
Okay.
names and info, basic stuff, probably.
Mm-hmm.
Again, if you're volunteering, are you volunteering for the United States or are you volunteering for the other side?
That's what I want to know. I think perhaps
She didn't
maybe it's
specify who she volunteers for.
correct.
And no details as to why. And this is a screenshot. There is no way. That is a really bad editing, photo editing. Look how the insignia covers the words. They did a very bad job on that picture. 60 minutes, shame on you. Get a better editor. Sorry. After doing photo editing and stuff for our thumbnails and that, my eyes noticed that crap. So, but yeah, they are giving the bare minimal information. They're not going into details, which means they're probably full of shit.
Right.
Just going to put that out there. To a shortcut, but not everybody else.
Mm-hmm. Those that come in here legally.
No, they need to wait just like everybody else. Remember how we used to beat the crap out of kids in the school line for cutting?
Shipping. Uh-huh.
We used to kick them in the ankles or push them or whatever because it's wrong to cut in line. We need to go back to that. Not beat them down to where they're hurt and seriously injured, but make them miserable for cutting in line. This is so not right. And the way they're framing it, these people have no other choice. But the ones who are coming through legally for the same situations are under the same circumstances. But they no, they have another choice. They don't want to wait. They're spoiled. They're brats. They want to jump in line. They want to get ahead. They can't be bothered. Or they'll be rejected because of criminal background. I don't like the way it's being framed. I don't like the way they are making this sound like it's such a hard process to become an American. It is 2.2 million.
It's a lot of people.
Wow, that is a lot. And yes, we have room for them, but they need to come legally. Enough of this illegal bullshit. Have you ever seen anyone illegally go into China? You know what happens to them if they do?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe we should have the same thing. Make it less appealing to come through illegally.
Right.
I like Poland's way. They just open fire. Sorry, Polish
Hey,
ancestry on both sides. I
well,
got to go for
that
it.
that was my suggestion when all of this first started, and I was banned from Twitter at the
uh,
time.
yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
my account was suspended on Twitter for posting factual studies on things that I'm not supposed to talk about right now. So
Right.
yeah, there's that. But yeah, the 2.2 million in 2022 alone,
Mm-hmm.
or was it? No, was it 20? Was it 2022 or 2020? Hold on, let me back it up a second. In 2016. So that was under Obama in 2016.
And
2
I thought
million
he
temporary
deported
visas.
so many people.
He deported the ones he didn't like.
Right.
Well, actually, he didn't really fully deport them. A lot of them stayed in cages for a long time at the border until
Yeah.
further notice. But, no one complained about Obama doing stuff like that.
Right.
Trump is like, none of you are getting through on a free ride. And everyone's mad. I mean, I'll even admit Obama's first term, border security was part of the reason I voted for him. I wasn't mad about it. Why is everyone mad now?
Right.
He says can't send back. That's why Trump is looking at third party nations
Mm.
that are willing to take them until China does or till whatever country does.
Maybe they need to be dropped off at Epstein Island.
Oh, I mean, Epstein's not even there anymore. It's open. And
Right.
we have Gitmo.
This is true.
Sorry.
Well, they
If
wanted to. That's why there's going to be alligator Alcatraz and
Alcatraz.
yep.
Yeah, this kind of stuff isn't being built quick enough.
Right.
We have nowhere to put these people until they are able to go back. And then, even still, it could be decades before China will change its mind. What do we do? It's kind of confusing. What do we do with these people?
And many other countries refuse to take their people back as well.
Yeah, Venezuela was one of them until, well,
You know, I
now
mean,
they ain't got much choice.
put them on an airplane with a parachute and kick them out. Is that the answer?
Yeah, but then whatever nation that is going to start shooting them down before they hit the ground.
Right.
Because it looks like an invasion, even though we're just returning their people to them.
Right.
It's it's sad, and I feel bad for them, but then come through legally. Garcia is still out here free. Yeah, it's not right. He needed to be deported. Like, hello, troublemaker, clear troublemaker, running around still because no state can pull their head out of their ass long enough to figure out what to do with him. All right, I'm going to try to shut up to get through these last 2 minutes. Congress. Everyone always blames Congress.
Well, that's because they haven't received the right appropriations. They weren't budgeted staff or, you know,
It's
what
also
did
because
Biden
Congress
what
is
did
lazy
Biden do with the
motherfuckers.
rest the wall that was supposed to be built?
Oh, he
He
sold it
sold it
off
for
on,
pennies.
remember?
He sold it for pennies.
Yep. And
Pennies
now
on a
we
dollar.
have to pay for it again.
Yeah.
Yeah. Tell me how that's okay. And this poor guy who came here legally, busted his ass to get to America and get where he's at, just to turn around and have a bunch of illegals trashing his property.
Right.
Oh my God, I bet he's livid, far more livid than what he's putting on for the TV, for the cameras. It's insane. It is so insane. How is this allowed? Well, I mean, we know Biden did it, but like, how do we prevent it from happening again? How do we fix it? How do we make immigration a smooth process that's relatively timely and still thorough?
It all needs revamped.
That is an understatement. That is. But not the way Biden did it. The way Biden did it was absolutely unacceptable. Just, it's gotten insane. It has gotten really insane. And it looks like we're back up on YouTube. Go figure.
Hmm.
YouTube's back up. Whoops. Anyways, um, yeah, it's gotten out of control. It really has. That this kind of stuff is going on.
And
Like,
I
it
want
should never have
everybody to
happened.
remember this happens to be, we're talking about the China threat right now.
Yeah.
We have previously identified the same issues in the Muslim community, in the Hispanic community, from Central America, plus the other 185 countries all told
Mm-hmm.
that we are complaining about,
Yep.
or we're trying to bring it to your attention.
We've
There's a
been
lot of people.
screaming and hollering.
There are estimates anywhere from 14 to 30 million people in the United States illegally.
Mm-hmm.
Now, take a dollar figure, pick a number. $200, $500 per person. That,
That's
you know,
lowballing it.
yeah, I'm gonna lowball it because we got all the crybabies in here. So we'll lowball the number and multiply that out and see what that cost is.
More than it's worth. Far more. Because, again, I mean, my son has been trying to find a job for years. And again, we moved down here under the Biden administration, and it's been clearly insane.
All right, what's up next?
Oh, okay. Sorry, my daughter asked a question. Oh, Lady Hamilton rated us. Hello, hello. Thank
Oh, hi,
you.
Lady Hamilton. Good to see you. It's great to see you.
Yeah.
Happy New Year.
Um, yes. Oh my gosh. Um, which one was next? I think it
The
was
the AI
Border.
overview.
Yeah. Which one was that? Hold on. I got to look at which order it was supposed to be in. Okay, that was a google.com search.
Right. Hi, JJ.
Hello, JJ. Where is that? Oh, come on. You got to be kidding me. Let me really quick pull that up. I don't know why it is not work. I got to double check it. I apologize, folks. Be patient with me. Um, Pretty please be patient. Don't be mad. Um, don't kill the messenger. Okay, hold on.
Hi,
Let's.
Frosty. It's good to see you.
Okay. Somehow I did not manage to get this link into the thing, but give me 2 seconds and I will open it up right now. Um, paste. Hit enter on my keyboard, please. Enter. Yep. There you go. Thank you. Sorry, I set my keyboard down. All right. Let me go back here and do this. And then share this tab instead. Let me enlarge this because it is really small.
Okay,
The
now this
AI
is a
over.
yeah, now this is a search initially for Chinese illegal military aged men, and Google obviously translated that a little bit differently, but in all of the readings that I had, I thought that the AI summation was pretty good. And when you open the link, you'll see other detailed articles back from the early 20s up to current that if you're interested in, you can pull. But the Google search says that the ages of men considered to be of military age for purposes of discussions about illegal immigration to the U.S. generally range from 18 to around 40 years old, though the specific age for mandatory military service in China is much narrower. Chinese military service age. Under the military service law of the People's Republic of China, military service is technically compulsory, but in practice, the People's Liberation Army has met its recruitment quotas with volunteers since 1949. Enlistment age. Male citizens are required to register for potential active service at age 18 and remain eligible until they are 22. Reserve service. Registered citizens who are not called for active duty automatically become reservists and are required to attend short training sessions periodically, usually before the age of 22. Military men, military aged men at the U.S. border. The term military aged has been frequently used by U.S. officials and commentators to describe the recent surge in single male Chinese nationals crossing the U.S. Mexico border illegally. Demographics: U.S. Customs and Border Protection data indicates that a significant majority of Chinese nationals encountered at the southern border are single adults, many of who are men. The reported ages, specific ages mentioned in reports have included ranges such as 19 to 25 and individuals in their 30s. The reasons for their migration: these individuals and experts cite a variety of reasons for the migration, including economic hardship, political repression in China, and a desire for a better life in the U.S. They often arrive via the Darien Gap route, and we saw that on that Google
Yep.
map of yesterday route, and are guided by information found on social media platforms like TikTok. We showed those as well.
Yep.
Concerns: Border Patrol officials and members of Congress have raised national security concerns that some of these individuals could be involved in espionage or other nefarious activities on behalf of the Chinese Communist Party, though no evidence has confirmed a coordinated military force.
Um, yeah. Would you announce that you were sending a military force illegally through a border?
No,
No.
no, but
I'm not that stupid. I would use excuses like hardship. I mean, hell, we could even believe Kamala's weather climate thing bullcrap
exactly,
as an excuse.
right. So these
Dumbasses.
military age men have crossed the border.
Uh-huh.
They had that cursory. Now, you heard 60 Minutes say that they were interviewed. Basically, they said, "What's your name? Where do you come from?" and maybe one or two other questions. And they were sent on their way within 72 hours to everywhere in the country. And the
Mm-hmm.
problem is, we don't know where they're at right now.
Yep.
Now,
And
eh,
I guarantee there's name changes. I guarantee there is a plastic
well, we
surgery
saw
going
that.
on.
We saw the name changes. We saw
Yeah,
that
they
as soon
shredded their passports.
right, we just saw from the 60 Minutes video when they got through the razor wire, they ripped the passports or threw them and all their
Yep.
documentation in a pile.
And it's
Now,
scary.
right, now one of the bigger issues, and we will go into this a little bit further, is that China has bought farmland. China has bought land close to military bases.
Oh, yeah. Almost every military base in the United States.
Right. And we'll go through that. We'll see some maps coming down in some of the later material that we have. So, we have a lot of groups in the United States, terrorist organizations that have been identified. And
Mm-hmm.
who is the biggest threat to us right now? These military age men coming to the US for better economic
Mm-hmm.
I don't buy that. I mean, if you would have gotten me with I was persecuted for my beliefs, my political beliefs, I was persecuted, you could have had me at hello, right?
Yeah.
But instead, you're saying something different. So,
Mm-hmm.
again, if you want to look on this particular area, there's a lot of information, there's videos, there's articles. You can see additional information that's available.
Yes. And all of this is in the description of the video.
Correct. Okay, what do you have up next, Crazy B? I don't.
I believe it's a short enough video. It's only 2 minutes, so we can get
Okay.
through it.
Alrighty.
All right. This is from, I don't know which state, but it's a Fox News coverage of some of the crisis that's going on at the
Mm-hmm.
border.
Tonight illustrates the latest front line in the southern border crisis.
Hundreds of Chinese nationals can be seen crossing into the southern California border, and they are not the only ones.
That's right. Fox's Bill Malusian reports from Jacumba, Florida.
A stunning sight in Jacumba, California Monday afternoon as a long line of migrants from all around the world scales a steep rocky mountain and crosses illegally into the United States. This remote area, an hour east of San Diego, now a cartel smuggling hotspot for global clients. Where are you guys from?
Kazakhstan.
Kazakhstan. Kazakhstan?
Yeah.
Kazakhstan?
Kyrgyzstan.
Kyrgyzstan. Last night, groups of the migrants camped out along Interstate 8 after crossing illegally, setting fires to stay warm. There were no Border Patrol agents in sight. Where are you guys from?
Turkey.
Turkey?
Yes. China.
China. What city in the U.S. do you want to go to?
Los Angeles.
Los Angeles?
Do you remember what year this video was from, or is this recent?
I'd have to pull that back up, Crazy B. Is it in the description? Can you click on the description?
It is in the description, but I can also just pull it up on Discord really fast.
Okay.
Because I am truly curious if this is something that was recent or not. I didn't think to look at it.
Bill Malusia has been covering the border for years, so I don't recall.
Hold on, I'm pulling it up right now.
Yeah, I've looked at
it was a year ago. This was from a year ago.
Okay.
Yes. So this is older news, but it's still relevant to why we are concerned about all the illegals from China coming in and various other places. And this goes to show you it's been going on for a while.
Right. It's been going on longer than a while.
Yeah. So I just wanted to make sure that, because I wasn't sure if this was from like a year ago, 2 years ago, but it was still under Biden. So that's what I was more or less aiming for. Is it Biden or not? All right.
Los Angeles, LA? Los Angeles, okay. Over the weekend, hundreds of Chinese nationals crossed illegally into Jacumba, and the number of Chinese arriving is exploding. CBP sources tell Fox in the 4.5 months since October 1st, more than 20,000 Chinese nationals have been encountered at the southern border. That's up more than 4,000% over all of fiscal year 2021, when only 450 Chinese were encountered. Fox's Griff Jenkins also encountered a group of men from Syria yesterday.
Where are you from?
Syria.
Why are you coming to the U.S.?
Because we love America.
Of course, these countries that
Do you believe them that they love America?
Hell no. Not when we see the violence and the rhetoric, the flags being flown, the hateful rhetoric against America. We hate America.
I know, right? Syria is under ISIS, basically. It's under ISIS control right now. And even back then, it was still ISIS running it. I hate to sound horrible, but I would want a more detailed background check on anyone coming from a place where ISIS is basically running the country.
The whole issue was there was no vetting.
I know. That's my issue. Like, for goodness sakes, like, come on. How hard is it to just lock down the borders and get these people through? 10, 15 people a day at each port of entry. That's all. Give it time, get them through, get their process going, do the detailed background check. I mean, what sucks is that again, without much identity, because they're getting rid of their passports, you can't confirm who they are. If they if they had nothing to fear, they would give us their info.
Correct. And the other thing is you cannot get a confirmation from many of the other countries because they don't keep records like the United States does.
No, they keep records. They just don't give a shit. They don't want us to know. They don't want they don't want the problem. They don't want the headache.
Right. And I'd like to say hello to Shelley Rose, who's in the chat as well.
And we also have Frosty Pimpin' on, who's here as well.
I got her earlier.
But yeah, we definitely need this border more secured.
Well, it is now.
It's still not good enough, in my opinion. It needs to be better.
He's got it pretty tight.
I know, but it still needs to be better.
Okay.
Like, I mean, dig a canyon. Don't let anyone through. Fill it with alligators and sharks. I will be happy.
There you go. All right, keep going.
that are enemies to us, that want to see our government fall. Of course, they're going to be sending people when they know that all we're going to do is release them into the country.
Yep.
And the politics of the California border are very different than those of the Texas border. Here in California, you're not going to see any razor wire, no shipping containers, no state troopers, no National Guard. California is a sanctuary state, and it's not doing anything to try to stop the illegal crossings here. Reporting in Hukumba, California, Bill Malugin, Fox News.
I don't
Crazy
like
Bee,
it.
go back to the beginning of where they were crossing in the desert. Did we have Hakumba
Yeah.
as
Yeah.
one of the
Yes, we did.
as
It was
one
one
of
of the
the
places.
maps?
Yes, it
Um,
was. I showed that yesterday.
yeah,
I had it up on yesterday's.
yeah. So we showed that. So go back on this video to that desert area, and I just want everybody to take a look at that again. Go back a little bit further where they were on the hillside trying to come down. And remember, I tried to get the hit off of Google Earth and Google Maps.
Oops, I went too
And
far.
as we tried to hone in onto the specific areas,
It wouldn't
because
let you.
it wouldn't let me get in. So
Hmm. Yeah, why
my,
is Google Maps limiting when you could see ground level view
uh-huh,
almost anywhere else?
exactly.
And this is in the middle of a desert
Correct.
with the population of that town in the last video stated it was 450 people.
Right.
Why does that need
I
to be blocked out?
Right. And I think for me, what is one of the most mind-boggling things is we heard so much about the migration from South America up through the
Hmm.
jungle and everything that they had to do and then cross into the United States, right, illegally.
Yep.
But this whole issue now of crossing through the desert, kind of for me, you know, yes, I know how big the desert is. I know the areas we're looking at, but the fact that we showed the pictures where the one, I forget which road it was, but
The
everything
Highway
just
8 or the Highway
like
80?
the off roads intertwined, and so you could be walking around in circles,
Yep.
literally trapped in a labyrinth, not being able
If
to
you
get
don't know where you're going.
exactly. How the
But
hell people
you
survive?
look at them, all of them had a phone. All of them had
Yes,
a GPS on it.
yes, they did.
And I'm sure those vans
And
that dropped them off
and
gave them water.
right, and in our previous videos, I don't recall which episode, it was either 63 or 102, where we showed the men that came out of the jungle. They were all dressed in black, clean as could be, all
Yep.
had backpacks, clean as could be,
I believe that
and
was episode 102, which I'm putting up this coming Wednesday.
and we showed where they had the detailed instructions. They were able to stay in hostiles, somebody's home, camp out
Hmm.
for several days and rest. The
Oh, the
road
Red
that
Cross and there's a Jewish organization and a Catholic
yes,
organization that are helping illegals
yes.
down in South America and Central America.
And so but the Chinese had something separate from everybody else. They had that specialty little thing going
Yeah,
on.
their own people and others because China works with their country. China's
And
getting oil from their country. China's getting drugs to their country. I mean, China's behind a lot of shit. Sorry, my
it's
mouth
okay.
again. I'm just China's really pushing it. They're the ones who are. I wouldn't be surprised if they were pushing people to come here.
Well, they've identified theft in from the universities. You
Hmm.
know, they've identified theft from our proprietary items,
Technologies.
technologies, etc. So you don't know, somebody get in to, were they hired somewhere and the paperwork checked that?
Well, to be fair, we send people to do stealing technology and stuff too. I mean,
Yeah, I don't disagree
we
with
do that
that, but
ourselves, and I think it's wrong. But
well, but
yeah,
I'll bet you we have maybe a more difficult time getting into some of these other countries than they do
yes,
getting into
we
us.
do. Yes, we absolutely have a harder time getting in to steal their stuff. But I mean,
Right.
you want to see America stealing shit. CIA during the Cold War. Enough said.
Well,
Me and my history loving side. Yeah, I just I laugh at it when people are like they sent spies here. I'm like, how many spies do we got over there? That's the first thing that
right.
comes to my mind is, oh, they're sending spies. I'm like, yeah, okay, yeah, how many do we got? I know we've sent some too. So, yeah, that's just a given. But again, my main concern is the people who are coming here who are of age to fight militarily and knowing that there are remote police stations for China here in America,
Correct. Yep.
on top of various other things, and China is the root of the fentanyl problem that's been spread
Correct.
throughout the world.
Right.
Yeah, I think we have a lot more to worry about that way. Now, China ain't no way they're going to get their boats and their planes over here. There's no way in hell they're going to get past it.
I
And
don't
if they
know. I
think we're
still
spread thin
think
on the ground, they got
I
a whole other thing coming.
I have reason to believe that that's all a front, and that uh a drape is going to come down, and there's going to be like a vast network of military
Oh,
forces against us.
I get
Um,
that they have a military, but the videos they are trying to suppress from the internet of them sinking their own damn ships while trying to chase another ship off from another country is absolutely hilarious.
right,
They can have the best equipment in the world if their people are idiots. It's not going to do them any good.
right.
I mean, I could have a absolutely beautiful kitchen with all the top of the line appliances. I guarantee I'm still going to set something on fire.
Oh, shut up! Just because I set the stove on fire the other day,
No,
don't you know?
I have set hamburger on fire with an electric stove twice. I have
Mm-hmm.
put a frozen pizza to the point of combustion. Trust me. If they you can have the best things in the world, but if you have idiots operating them, it's
Yep,
useless.
I know.
That's why I use my cooking as an example. I am a terrible cook. I can admit I'm a terrible cook. You could give me the best everything in the kitchen, and I'd still fuck it up. Sorry for the language, but I would.
All right. Well, we're at 9:07, so
Yep.
I got a busy day tomorrow with the little one, and
I do. I've got get my son ready for his job. Starting on Monday, getting him prepared, reminding him to get his clothes
right,
presentable, beard and facial hair stuff. Yep,
right. So again,
we're
we
busy.
appreciate everybody joining us. We will be back tomorrow to finish, hopefully. Actually, this might go into next week
This is going
because,
into next week.
yeah,
I don't know how to shut
because
up when I have things to say.
there's well, there's more that even Crazy B hasn't gotten yet. So there's all that. Uh,
There's a lot.
uh huh. So we would appreciate if you could like, follow, comment, share, and subscribe. Thank you for joining Rex Sisters, and we will see you tomorrow evening.
And
And
I will close out. Oh, go ahead.
I was going to say, and thank you again, Lady Hamilton, for the raid. We appreciate it.
Yep, JJ, everyone who popped in, Shelly,
Hmm.
Frosty, much appreciated. And sorry again for the YouTube glitch earlier that decided we weren't allowed to stream because they didn't like us using a video that we used. So, whatever. It's going to be a blank spot in the video, or I'll fight it. We're using it for educational purposes, but
Right. Well,
there's that.
we've won the all everything so far. So go ahead, try to fight it, Crazy
Oh,
B.
yeah. Yep. I don't usually fight the music part. If they tell us the music needs to be removed,
Right.
fine.
Right.
But if it's something, oh, you're using someone's video, watch this.
Hmm.
So, but I'll close out with y'all stay safe, stay sane, stay sober, and we'll catch y'all on the next one.
Good night.
Good night, folks.